05 sits in a similar realm as Tempest 2000 and kin. DEFCON is the galactic defense team you work for, and the plot and mission briefs are your usual aliens are evil and violent, please go kill them Captain Bugspray so we can colonize and peace. The sound options let you adjust the bass and treble of all the game's audio, say you want more of the music or more hefty sound effects. Like, that is seriously cool, and I can't think of a single other game that's ever done this. And I like the CGI character portraits too, they look like something from a 2002 kids show here in the UK, or claymation characters. It starts with a sweeping pan of your mothership, and I gotta say this now, but for anyone who doesn't like flashing lights and constant strobe effects, then please do not watch this, because this game will gouge your eyes out with sheer brightness assaults. So you control the angle of the ship's shooting. You rotate and shoot. Your health's at the bottom and you refill that by defeating enemy sets and then aligning yourself just right to get in the line of fire for collecting these orbs. But that's not all, you can change between the three things that charge up with every orb pickup. Your health's the main one, but you can also power up your shots, or just the amount of points you gain if you're feeling ballsy. It's about choosing the refill type to suit your current need. Say you have full health, then power up your shots, then when you start getting low, switch back to health. Or just stay on health all the time to make things easier, or just try and scrape by a few more lives by increasing your score. There's a basic homing missile too, which acts sort of like a screen clear with delay. And you can also barrel roll for evasion, but I could never get the timing down, so I'd say just focus on shooting foes and bullets as fast as possible. The options button cycles to charge types. They smartly realised that the number pad ain't really touchable during gameplay, and options is close enough to see that it could very easily double as a fourth face button. So you rotate in 360 degrees, keep shooting everything and switching between the types of charge to maximise your efficiency. And I promise you need to, because this game is hard as hell. Even on the easy difficulty, you can very easily get killed in one fell swoop, as the iframes don't really seem to do anything. It's chaos. This simple 360 turret gameplay is all about reacting. It's absolutely got that kind of Tempest 2000 or Panzer Dragoon form of intense zen out. The music is in line with that, although not the most noticeable. It's your usual crashing trance beats and strong synth, everything you'd expect by now from the Jaguar. The overload of sounds matches the overload of surroundings, aligning yourself with the frantic patterns of targets as shots ripple and spark across space. But then level 2, and now it's a stationary turret defense game. No refills to strategize, just shooting. You move both crosshair and your rotation as the full circle around you is in use, and you'll have to be constantly on guard from all sides. Watching that map, quick rotation on, pinpoint stopping and then hitting the target's weak points. 4 lasers in the corners let you spread your aim over closely positioned targets or on one centre point. The cannon violently shakes under the force of all the attacks. It's slower, less chaotic, but still has that same overpowering effects, patterns and flashing blues and reds, constantly firing on all cylinders, demanding attention. It's such a simple gameplay shift, but it matches the precision aim and fast reactive gameplay as before. Explosions blare and the white lights cling to your vision, trail and trance lines around every small movement, highlighting them in a blinding light that shakes every space and star in sight. And then level 3. The tube sections. You just move in a circle and have literally no longer than a single moment to turn, avoid walls and shoot blockades to make room. There is literally no time for anything else in your mind here, it needs to be instant, and this game is now nothing but simple left and right movement. You can barely process anything and yet it's so simple. Some real third eye opening type shit, every moment blurring into one. Also motherfucker looking like Run on Cool Maths games. And then it's back to the first game style. And from here it's 11 more levels, switching at will between these 3 styles. 3 very different paces of gameplay, yet they all feel very connected, testing the same thing, that zone-out hypnosis in a perfect trinity of constant dangerous thrill, an electrified dream state, a trance of mind-melting experience of pure intense gameplay. And then it just kind of wears off very fast. By stage 5 I really wanted to just turn this game off, for as good as this is, it just takes it way too far, and begins to feel extremely exhausting to play. Maybe it's the constants, the intense visuals, or maybe the retries and no lives or checkpoints, and yeah, okay, I feel it's mostly just that one. Yeah, honestly, just having way shorter levels or proper checkpoints would really help a lot here. It's another Jaguar game in a league of its own, almost genreless, yet very distinctive in feel. It's extremely unique, but that's almost the issue. Controlling in 360 degrees, all angles, all trajectories, turning, diagonals and ups and downs, man, it just doesn't work on a D-pad. It's like you would need to twin stick this shit. But it's not a twin stick shooter. You're not controlling movement and shooting separate, they're together. To make this feel natural, we'd need tons of practice. It wouldn't even really be that much better on like an analog stick or anything really. Then the second sections are a bit too long lasting. The bomb laying ships, asteroids, swarms and swarms of enemies. Some later levels are over 30 minutes of just this. And yes, dying is just as quick and easy here. The difficulty isn't the problem, but the amount of time you've got to perform for. Even if you get practiced and really good at this, eventually you'll make a mistake, and one mistake can very easily drain all your health. Gameplay style 3, the sections are way quicker, way more visceral, and easily my favourite. I don't mind repeating them too much because they're way shorter and simpler, but yeah, you still will a fuck lot as well. There's no way you could do this without having at least a good few tries and getting to grips with what comes when. It all comes together to bring 0-5 down from what was feeling like a new favourite to just a very middling experience. Ease on the level lengths or the difficulty, or preferably both. This game is amazing at its core, but if it was an actual arcade unit then it'd be the coin grabber. I can see a really unique gameplay driven game here, but it's buried underneath overbearing level lengths. But I still like this game. It represents the kind of creativity of old 3D games, specifically the arcadey, gameplay centered visceral ones, and it's another buried, forgotten Jaguar exclusive. But yeah, the regular levels are long enough, but on hard mode, I'm not joking, that final level literally takes like 40 whole minutes, and the boss alone like another 10 to itself. Obviously I just cheated to survive that, and if there is a single person out there who can actually beat this game, then I fear for you, and please stay away from me. And yes, this game does genuinely hurt my eyes, and I struggle just watching back the gameplay. If you're sitting in the dark, then I'm sorry, but that's cataracts for you, my guy, oops. Even still, I have to respect the intense rave strobe effects. The fact that they go so overboard with them is almost commendable. Even if it hurts, like, man, I was fucking exhausted after playing this. You'll need a lie down to recuperate, I'm telling you. I don't know if any game has ever worn my brain, eyes, body and soul out more than this one has. It is a cool game, it really is, but the mad genius has gone a little too far here. The repetition after dying is just the worst because it's so attention heavy, and keeping that attention up after death, it's a real workout. It's just overkill. Shorten these levels and we'd have a top Jaguar game here for me, easily. The end screen is blinding, yet uncannily simple for the chaos you just endured. And by now your eyes are probably inward facing, so yeah, I guess what else would this game end on? And really, I wouldn't have it any other way.